Hello, everyone. What a joy to come to you again. This is Talk with the Missus. The Missus is here. We're excited and, we're just happy to be able to come to you today. We believe that this will be a very wonderful time, refreshing time, and we're just going to be having this conversation, trusting that someone will be inspired.
Amen.
Some will be blessed.
Amen.
Some home will be healed, refired, rekindled, love, and just, everything good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let the missus give a shout out to you before we begin the conversation.
Well, thank you ever so much, everyone. Thank you again and again for deciding to spend your Thursday evening, in fact, it's any day, because I don't know where you are.
Yeah.
It could be Friday morning for those who are in Australia. So thank you for spending your time with us this very moment. And we appreciate each and every one of you. As always, please do let us know where you're tuning in from. If this is your first time, let us know that as well, so we can give you a special welcome. And please do let us know where you're tuning in from, and join the conversation. Today's topic is really, really hot. I like today's topic. So
a lot of people are actually excited about today's topic. They're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it big time, and I'm even part of the conversation. But do also, wherever you are, also be part of the conversation, because you never know what comment or what you're going to type or what you're going to raise as a discussion point that will help somebody else. And as always, do share today's broadcast, because you never know whose situation you are, using this platform to be a blessing to. So share today's broadcast. Let it inspire somebody. Let it heal somebody's home, and let it be the necessary, needed change that is needed in their home and in their family.
Awesome. So sharing is very important, and literally sharing means, you on Facebook, click on the share button, and it's that simple. It's right there on your page. So someone else who is scrolling through social media could just stumble on it on your page and be blessed. And then you can also copy the YouTube link and put into WhatsApp groups. And your family, or just your contacts, your WhatsApp contact, just send it out to them as a link. And some people will click it and join in. Some will ignore it now and pick up on it later. So just do that, and you will be blessing somebody.
That's it. And just in case, if you are on YouTube, why not just press that subscribe red button that says subscribe? Click it. Let it be something that you will be able to get more inspirational messages, different things. When you also know whenever we're live, if you also press the bell. So do that right now.
Great. So let's give a shout out to those of you who are online already. Tell us where you're joining from. And we would just read some of them out. We've got Minister Rosalind. She said, good evening, Sir and Ma. And maybe I'll let you give the shout out.
Okay, we've got Owa Asawata. She says, good evening, Sir and Ma. Good evening to you also.
Bless you.
We've got Sarah UG says, hello, Pastor Moses Omoviye. What's that saying?
This promises to be an
exciting topic.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, it does.
Yes, indeed.
It does. Okay, Amikanu says, good evening from Newcastle.
Lovely.
Good evening to you also. Jacob Israel Fauna says, all the way from Colombia.
Columbus.
Oh, Columbus. Oh my God, I need to clean my glasses. I'm there like this.
My eyes is picking it up.
Yeah, his eyes is always sharp. Oh, the Lord restore my eyes.
All right, so we have Lucy Prince saying, evening, Pastor and Sister Chioma, greetings from London.
Yes, thank you. And then we've got More Education. Oh, God bless you, More Education. Good evening from London. God bless you. Yeah, and then we've got Faye McKenzie. Hello, Faye. She says,
nice to have you on.
Yeah, as always, says, good evening, Pastor Moses and Sister Chioma. Good evening to you too.
Yeah. And then we saw
says, I love it too.
Beautiful.
See, I can see now. Like, I'm just kidding. Clean the glasses.
Jacob Israel said, can't wait. He's like, I mean, everyone's waiting for this topic.
All right.
Like,
Princess Paula says, hi, Mom and Dad. Hi to you, my darling. And Princess Udo Chioma, she says, okay, son, Ma.
Tell us where you are joining from. That'll be great and helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, this is Pastor Nose.
Oh, God bless
I celebrate you, Sam, all the way from Nigeria.
God bless you.
And we have
Lola's from Rhode Island.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how lovely.
How lovely.
Great. You've been there in a while now, right? Since lockdown.
Well, since lockdown.
Was that the last place you went to before lockdown?
No. I was in New York.
Oh, New York. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sad. All right. Okay. So, Esther says, good evening, my papa, my sis. Almighty God will continue to strengthen you, sir, from Eltham. Lovely South London.
Joining from Vienna,
beautiful.
And then Faye said, hey. And then we've got Pastor Stanley Oseji, blessings emoji, and Sister Chioma joining in to say hello. Bless you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Great. So we've got a lot of people online. We're going to get into the conversation. And the topic for today is, let's see, what's the topic again? Why am I married and single?
But single.
Why am I married but single?
Yeah.
The first thing really that you want to ask is
how
is it possible to be married but single?
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Okay.
I don't know what would you say? Is it?
Well, I would say it shouldn't be, but unfortunately, sometimes it could be. So yes, I would say yes as well.
Yeah. It shouldn't be, but it is. Not just it could be.
Okay. So
I think it is.
for some people.
Yeah. I think it is.
Yeah.
And maybe not just think. I know it is.
Yes.
Because of my maybe involvement with a lot of people in counseling and all of that.
Yeah.
There are people who are married, but in recent they're single.
Okay.
So
let's talk about this.
Yeah, so we've got Gaylord say hello from South Florida. All right, so how can someone be married but single?
Okay, how can someone be married but single?
Yeah.
I think, married probably is in the status, as in their marital status. They're no longer actually a single person, they're actually married. But
their status is married. Everybody sees a married man,
or a
married woman. Everybody know a married man and married woman, and we're not talking of them being separated. They're actually in the same house. Because you could say, they're married but they're separated, so they're single. I can understand that. That's not what I'm saying.
That's not the scenario.
That's not the scenario. The scenario is these two people are married. They're living together in the same house.
Yes.
But yet they are actually single.
Okay, so their life or their union together is as if it's a single life.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
So even though they're married, the name is married, they're Mr. and Mrs., but the life that they are both living together, it's like there's and by the way, some of them they're not necessarily quarreling. There's some.
Okay, so it's not intentional.
There are some that there's tension in the home, but there are others there's no tension, but they're just single. Maybe over time they have just, will I say, gotten used to just
normal.
Yeah, this is just the way.
Quo.
Yeah, this is just the way it is anyway. Okay. So they're just single, and then for some there is tension, there is pressure, there's concern, and this is a real thing, that is happening. It's easy for you to see, okay, they're separated, they live in separate ways. Okay, so I can understand that. we are single, we were separated for a while.
We're no longer together.
We're no longer together.
Yeah.
But these are two people
that are together physically,
yeah,
but emotionally, in all other kind of ways, which is what we're going to discuss.
Yeah.
They're separate.
They're separate,
okay.
and they're single.
Okay.
So it's a real thing,
mm-hmm.
and it's something that is happening. And the question is why? Why am I married but single? And I would say this. I think one of the first key things is that a lot of people go into marriage with dreams, with expectation. Yeah?
Yeah.
A young man is going, I probably just go into the deep end. A young man is going into marriage. He's excited about this bride that he wants to marry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he thinks to himself that when he marries, yeah, this is just one thing.
Yeah.
And then we'll look at many others. But like I said, I would just go into the deep end. I know we're just starting, but why not just, and then we swim ourselves.
Let's dig deep.
We swim ourselves out. So, a young man, he thinks to himself that he's going to marry. And when he marries, all of his sexual needs will be met.
Totally fulfilled.
Yeah, totally fulfilled. I've got my wife. We are together.
Yeah.
And, I can have it anytime that I want and just enjoy ourselves. And then he marries.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, maybe after the honeymoon season,
yeah,
the wife is rationing.
Oof.
She's rationing, sexual intimacy.
Yeah.
Or she's not valuable. No, I don't want it. I'm tired and all of that. And then before you know it, it's once a month. And then before you know it's once in 3 months.
Wow.
And I've counseled people that maybe in 4 or 5 years, nothing has happened.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously. Nothing's happened. And they're just there. They're married. So the father they're married, they can't chase somebody else because they're believers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then they're single. In name, they are married.
Yeah.
But when it comes to sexual intimacy, they are single, and they think to themselves, why am I married but yet I'm single?
That's frustration.
Yeah,
that's frustration. And I mean, in that scenario, that's very, very frustrating, because you know that you have the open door freedom. The person is there, especially because you said that in the situations where the person you living in the same house, the person is there. They're probably like sleeping in the same bed.
Yeah.
But you can't touch them.
No.
Like, why? Why is this the case? So I think.
So in one sense, you're married, but in another sense,
you're not.
You're not. You're actually single. You're as good as the single young man or the single young lady that is out there, and who is praying that God will give them a bride one day, and just looking and anticipating, and you're supposed to do everything else that you're supposed to be doing as a woman. And by the way, I use the man. There's some women in exactly the same position. My husband hasn't touched me for the past how many months or years. So it's like, am I married or am I single?
Okay. Yeah, like I said, is those kind of situations, whether it is the man or is the woman that is denying the other person, it's wrong. You decided to marry. Yeah. So you decided
that you will not do this thing, you shouldn't have married. It's true now. You know that you will not, that this thing, I'm not going to do it all. Yeah. But yet you go and get somebody's son or somebody's daughter to now enter this boat with you.
Yes.
The person's son or person's daughter has now entered the boat with you.
They thought they'll be swimming.
Yes.
Swimming.
Thinking that this is
what they
themselves. Would do. Then they don't know that you have made a covenant with yourself that this thing is not going to be happening.
Yeah.
It's a big problem.
It's a big
problem. It's wickedness. So.
No, but it is. It is.
No, maybe I'm being too hard.
No.
It is wickedness, isn't it?
It is, because you've decided, like you said, this is marriage. Intimacy is one of the biggest things that you can enjoy within marriage, as much as any other stuff as well.
Yeah.
But it's one of the pluses.
Yeah.
So if you're taking away one of the benefits of this wonderful union that we're going to have together,
punishing somebody's daughter, punishing somebody's son, is that right?
Yeah, it's not the best. So
no, it's true, because I think, honestly, I was thinking about this and I was thinking to myself, maybe when people are preparing to marry and we're doing pre-marriage counseling, we should actually be asking the man and we should also be asking the woman, are you ready for sexual intimacy?
Yes, and then
are you ready to offer it?
Yes, without restriction. On the go, without restriction, without conditions.
Yes.
I mean, I know that for men, maybe they really need to understand as well that women, we are emotional beings.
Yeah.
So it helps. It's not to say that it should only be the case, but it helps when things are emotionally in a good place for us. We can see that effort or things have been done that makes us happy, because that's how we respond. So when things are in a good emotional state, then things will flow a lot easier. It shouldn't be the case, but that's just how we're wired. So if a husband now knows this, that okay, there's things that I may need to have in place, since this thing is something that I'm looking forward to or something I like, let me just help to ensure that this is now going to happen. Things like, home, what would I call it? I was going to say domestic stuff. Especially in those that are in the Western world, where things are just, it's really just for the two people to be doing. Things like, just notes. How are you? Sending text messages. I love you. Or I can't wait to see you. Or just things that will just
prepare the ground. I understand that.
I'm not saying it should only be like that.
No. I understand what you're saying.
It helps.
That's if let's say, okay, it's the woman that is denying the man. What if it's the man that is denying the woman? What should the woman be doing now? She should be writing notes for the man. No, because I'm just right on this.
No. It's good. It's good to cover all areas.
What should because I have also seen cases where it is the man that has closed shop.
Okay. Let me just give one or two.
Because
like women, we're emotional. Men are in sight. So they like to see what something that is on point. So if let's say a woman is saying, oh, honey, you haven't touched me, or let's do something, and her face is all over the place, and her hair is unkept, clothes are all tattered and battered, and the house is a total upside down chaos mess. Even the room or the bed is just like it's not even inviting. So for some men, because men are more wired by their sight, they can be turned off. So I'm just trying to put practical things on the ground.
But I would say this. I agree with the things you've said, but I will say this. Before you sign a contract, you should know what is on the table for the contract.
What's the terms and conditions?
What are the terms and conditions for the contract? Marriage is not a trophy. It's not a trophy you want to show to your friends, or just to have wedding pictures that you show on social media.
Down the road with a ring.
That's not what marriage is. marriage, one of the terms and conditions of marriage, this is just one we're going to go into. I said just go to the deep end.
Okay.
One of the terms and conditions of marriage is the availability of the man to the woman. In fact, the Bible says you should not deny yourself. Scripture says, cause it defraud. It says, do not defraud your husband, or do not defraud your wife. So it is part of the terms and conditions. The day you signed on the dotted line, you have said, this person, you have full access to my body whenever you want it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not when I want it.
Exactly. That's a good point.
When you want it. That's what you signed up to.
Yeah.
So when your wife wants it, you cannot say no.
Yeah.
When your husband wants it, you cannot say no. Whether or not they put flour on the ground by 6 a.m. in the morning, or they did not put flour on the ground. That is what you sign. When two companies are coming together on merger, the terms are spelled out. All of us, we honor terms in other places.
Yeah.
In your place of work, the terms of your contract, you honor it.
Yeah.
When you go to the bank, maybe you take a loan, you honor the terms. If you don't honor the terms, so
why are people not honoring
the terms of your marriage?
Yeah.
That you are not punishing that woman or punishing that man. It's wrong, and they carry the name that they are married, but they're actually living single.
And it's frustrating.
And then at the end of the day, you then have a situation where, when it's a birthday or anniversary, you post pictures. Oh, my honey pie. All those social media, you're just posting, you know that it's fake.
Yeah.
This your honey pie has not eaten the pie for a long time.
I love it.
Honey pie, I have not seen the pie. I have not seen the pie for only God knows how long. And you are posting on social media.
Sour pie. Sour.
My honey pie big day. Or our so year anniversary. It's wrong. It's wrong. So it is important that you signed a contract.
Yeah.
You honor the terms of your contract.
I love it. Oh. Okay. Yeah. No, it's very true. It's very true. It's very, very true.
Yes.
All right. So, okay, go ahead. I'm just enjoying. Go. Because our time is so small.
So that's one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are people who are married, and then they are, like we said, living single in that regards, sexually. There are others married, but they are living single in terms of communication. How can you marry? You marry a woman. You are spending all your time with the boys. You're always talking to people outside. Yeah. When you are in your house, you sit in the living room, you hold phone. You are talking 1 hour. Then by the time you feel, my food ready, you now walk to the table, eat food. Then
some people even expect the food to come to them.
Served. My food ready. Then you now eat. After you eat, then you go and lie down. You're like a bushman. What is that? No, it's true, because you marry somebody. The two of you are not talking.
Yeah.
The two of you are not talking. Your best chatting moments is when you are talking with people outside.
Yeah.
You are coming back from work. You will take a phone call. You will use that phone call to enter the house and stay on that phone call for 1 hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Everybody is looking at you.
Yeah.
And then you are still on
or
that
you even telling them
call.
to shh, that you're on the phone. That you'll deal with it. You're on the phone.
Yes. And then you stay there for hours. There's no comment, because when you talk, you will know what the other person, what is the expectation of the other person, what the other person likes, and all of that. But there's no communication. Then you frustrate, and the person maybe now make friendship with TV, or now go on, like some of you now, you have wives or husbands at home that you are not talking with. You don't know that they have made friendship with somebody online.
Wow.
Somebody online. They have now found, because every human being must talk to somebody.
Yes, it's true. We all need avenues where we would now speak.
Yes. So if you don't create the avenue that your wife can be talking with you, or your husband can be talking with you, trust me, he will find somebody, or she will find somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And they will find people online or anywhere.
And some people can then be vulnerable.
Yes.
Some people can then, be put in a position that they can now compromise on themselves, compromise on your marriage.
They plan to meet up with somebody for a cup of tea. Yeah. You will not know. You think they went for shopping. Or they are going to do food shopping.
Or lunch.
No. Something. They'll go, by the time they go for that lunch, go for that tea. When they are coming back, they'll stop by Tesco or one of the shop and buy a few shopping things and bring home. Because you are not engaging in talking. So they are with you. It's not like they're in a prison, because when they were single, at least they could talk to people.
Yeah.
Now they're married to you. They've shared off all of those things. You are not communicating with them.
Yeah.
There's no discussion, no moments of communication or conversation. So married but living single in terms of communication.
Yeah, communication is important. I mean, if I was to just go back slightly to the first issue of intimacy, if you can have like an intimacy radar to now know is my intimacy with my spouse, is it healthy or not?
Yeah.
If your intimacy, let's say per week, is that even too much? Okay, if you was gonna say per week is between 3 to 4 times a week. Remember, there's 7 days in a week. Then 3 to 4. If you say about 4 to 5, 4+ times in a week, then that's very healthy. If it's 3 to 4 times in a week, then it's healthy, but it could be better. If it's 2 times or less a week, then there's issue.
This one you're saying, there's people that
that's why I said what you're saying is too much. I don't know.
No, it's not too much.
Okay.
But there are people that even if they are getting it once a week, they will be thanking God. They will do Thanksgiving. When you see them in church on Sunday, the way they will dance and praise God, you think it's the music that is being played. You don't know that the Lord has done. No, it's true, because people are suffering.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people suffering but smiling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is what we're really trying to discuss.
Yes.
Why should people in their marriage be suffering, yet they're smiling?
Yes. They're suffering but smiling. They are just there and thinking, I'm getting older. I've not really enjoyed this thing the way I thought. And moreover, maybe was a believer that kept herself or kept himself, and now it now goes, I can now have a platform where I can really enjoy this thing. Then he's saying that every day I'm getting out of my youthful age, my strength will not become.
Because you don't want to wake up in your 60s and 70s.
And then my 60s and 70s and not feeling that this thing, every area of my life was fulfilled, but this area of my life, it was not really fulfilled.
Yeah.
That is the way some people feel, because they are getting older.
Yeah, every day.
By the day.
Yeah. All right. And then
there's a lot of comments.
There's a lot of comments. You guys are doing so well. Thank you so much.
Somebody said, he said, Pastor, we need more than 1 hour today.
That's why I kept on looking at the time.
Because I'm on fire today.
It's good. Continue to burn. So and then with the communication side of stuff, communication is a very important part of any relationship.
Yes.
For you to know how somebody is feeling, what somebody is thinking, to even know what next should be done, it all happens on the platform of communication.
That's it.
So if you're not speaking with your spouse, then you're not growing with your spouse.
Yeah.
Every time that you put a phone call out, an outside phone call or an outside event or an outside meeting over your spouse, it's a problem. It's a problem, and it's not something that you are helping. Instead of helping your union, you're actually damaging it by putting those things as a priority over your spouse.
Yeah.
So I think, again, it has to be a refocus of priority. You can't have other people, outsiders, have more of a priority over your time than your spouse.
Yeah.
Your spouse should be the number one priority in terms of after God, should be the next person that you have priority over, has priority over your time.
Yeah. And everyone that is listening, both those who are married, and those who are preparing to marry, especially those who are, those who are preparing to marry or believing you will marry one day, single young man, single, you should ask yourself these things. Will I be ready to do it? Am I ready to offer my body on the go?
We're coming back.
Am I ready? No, I'm just
okay. You're recapping. Okay.
Am I ready to, be available for conversations with this person? If you are not ready, don't waste somebody's time to go and be signing marriage certificate with them, because it will be frustration. Just tell them that I'm not ready. This is my body. I want to just keep it like this to make heaven with it like this. I don't want to share it with anybody. It's okay. But if you now sign, because it's not about the wedding gown. And pictures.
There's a lot of unspoken, unspoken expectations.
Because there are people who are married, they are frustrated.
Yeah.
Especially when they are believers, they are stuck.
Yeah.
I remember a man told me once, he said, Pastor, he said, this thing that my wife is doing, he said, before I gave my life to Christ, when she just denied me, like I will just enter my car and drive out. He said, but now, since I met you, I've given my life to Christ seriously, I cannot do that. But look at what she is doing.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then I met women who will tell you that I'm living this man in the same house, but for so number, some have gone to buy all the
lingerie,
you can buy.
All
and look,
the
man, in fact,
that
one even kill the woman even more.
Yeah,
because like you said, she's
seeing.
gotten all the Victoria's Secret that are more secret than secret, and everything. As you're walking around, the man will just be like, as if the human being, being does not exist. The woman will now go and be looking at herself that, it looks like there's something wrong with me.
Then they'll now go to gym and do all kinds of things.
So maybe you cannot marry somebody's son or somebody's daughter to punish them. No. If you are not ready, because when
it's wickedness.
When they decided they wanted to marry, they wanted marriage. If they wanted to be single, they would have stayed single.
Simple.
Then also another point of people are married but living single is in terms of decision making.
Yes.
Decision making. Somebody just come to their house, the house they share with you as your wife. Decisions are just being made.
Yeah.
They are not even involved. They will just come, the sofa has changed. They just come, everything just changed. I'm using sofa, maybe it's a surprise. Okay, praise God. But when everything is just, you are just deciding, I built a house for the family.
Wow.
You built a house for the family.
Wow.
We did not discuss it. My brother is arriving tomorrow. I decided to just sponsor him to come and study in this country. I paid the school fees. There was no,
and he's going to live with us.
And he's going to live with us
for 5 years.
For 5 years. Can you imagine that? Just decisions are just being made.
Yeah.
Without
consideration.
No consideration, no discussion.
Yeah.
So the person is feeling like, I thought that marriage was supposed to be able to converse with each other.
Yeah. So where was I in this decision?
Exactly.
Where was anything to do with our marriage, our plans? Do we even have plans together, or you have plans by yourself? Like, because you're doing all of this, you're not telling me, you're not even telling me self.
Yeah.
Like, maybe some people now just stumble across it.
Yeah, some will stumble on it.
Some will just stumble on it. And that thing causes a lot of tension. It
terrible.
Causes a lot of issues, because the person will you're now telling them that you don't matter to me.
Yeah.
Your opinion, I don't care for it. I don't want to know anything you're thinking, because it doesn't matter to me. So that person will now automatically feel slighted, become resentful, even at times become bitter and now be planning in their own mind, okay, since you're doing you, I'm going to do me.
I'm going to do me.
You're doing you, I'm doing me.
And that's
because
happening.
You can't trust anyone. Who knows tomorrow?
But that's happening in a number of homes. They are living together. They eat from the same pot. They sleep in the same bed. But this one is doing themselves. The other one is doing themselves. They don't know, maybe this one is always buying things. You're always buying things and shipping things somewhere.
And they say, where are you shipping?
Yeah, they don't understand where you're also always buying things, shipping things. This other one is wondering, is he planning or she planning a life?
Or do they have another life somewhere?
Do they have another life somewhere that I don't know?
Children's clothes, women's clothes, men's clothes. Yes. Do you have another family?
You are just shipping somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the things that you are supposed to do together, you are not as enthusiastic about them as you are about those things that you are doing alone. So this one's okay. Let me also now see how I can also pursue my own life. And it's a big problem. So there are a lot of instances. I've just kind of highlighted a few where people are married but are living single.
Yeah.
Many times, some caused it. Others is the other person. And it's like they're stuck. So what is the way forward? The way forward is to change.
Yeah.
Is to change.
Identify the areas that you're failing. Be responsible for your own actions. Don't be now pointing that thing that you said, Pastor. That's my husband. That's my husband, or that's my wife.
That's why I did this.
No. There are things that you also are guilty of.
Yeah.
So own up to those ones. Own it. When you can own your own mistakes, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's liberating, in fact. When you can own your own mistakes, it's liberating. Let's stop focusing on the other person, with the other person's flaws, the other person's wrongs and everything. And let's start really shining the mirror home, shine it on yourself. Shine that torchlight on yourself so that you can actually see the areas where you need to fix up and then actually start fixing up those areas. Yeah. Sometimes it's a knock-on effect, like a domino effect. As you start fixing one area, the other person will now notice that change and now start fixing up another area. So let's be so much more focused on repairing ourselves. We're broken. Sometimes we're broken.
Yeah.
We're messed up. Sometimes we just, we kind of spiral out of control. Maybe from the other person.
You have to be deliberate.
Yeah, you have to be
intentional about the way you go about this change.
Yeah.
You have to tell yourself, even if your head or your body
or everything around you does
not
feeling
tell like I really don't want to do this. Just do it. It's what you signed up to.
Yeah.
Whenever your mortgage, you are paying your mortgage, you really don't want to pay it.
That money I could have done something else with.
When you receive your salary at the end of the month and your mortgage is going to go at the next
or even
day,
your rent,
or your rent, you really don't want to pay it if you have the choice.
Yeah.
But you do what? You still pay it because you know it's a term and condition you have signed up to.
Yeah. If you want to live in this house,
peacefully. When your tax, how many people really want to pay their tax? How many people are happy that, praise God. Yeah. It's time to pay my tax. How many people?
Yeah.
But you still pay it. You still pay it. So do it. Do it. It's very important. You have to be intentional about it so that you are not the cause of pain for somebody else.
Yes.
You have not brought somebody into a prison.
Yeah.
Because I call it a prison. You brought them into this prison that is called marriage, and yet their life they are living as a single person.
They're suffering, they're sad, and you're the reason for the sadness. That's a horrible thing to know.
It's not good.
Yeah, I think really people should be evaluating themselves. Am I causing my spouse pain? Am I causing my spouse, moments where they regret even marrying me? Have they even said it with their mouth? What am I doing that is causing this other person to be upset and to be sad and to be walking around feeling as though why are they even existing? Why are they in this marriage? It's a big problem.
Yeah.
If you know that you are causing such a person, your spouse, the person that you said that you love and hold, or the person you said that you love them till death do you part. It's not I'll love them till death do you part. I'm punishing them until they die. You know, it's a horrible it's a horrible thing to know that you are doing. So in case any of us that are doing such are out there, please let us change.
Yeah, let's read some of the comments.
There's many.
I think there's
you
so
guys
many
are so
comments.
good.
I think I saw someone wrote that maybe that this series needs to continue. We need to do part 2, 3, and maybe even up to part 5.
I love it. Thank you for the license.
All right, so I'll get you to start reading some of the comments.
I need to come a bit closer.
Yeah,
why is your screen even so low? We're using my husband's laptop. Maybe we'll use my laptop from now because it's too small. The words.
Is it too small?
Yeah, your eyes are very good. Like mine are nearly there.
Okay. All right, so let's start from here.
Okay, so I'm coming forward. Jacob Fauna says, Chai, wow, 4 to 5 years. No praise and worship.
No praise and worship.
Okay, no praise and worship. You might as well be separate. You know, 4 to 5 years of no intimacy. It's not a good thing.
Okay. Bazikisa said, how can a believer get married but single, then enjoy their relationship with God? He said, how is that marriage relate to the bonding of God? Okay, so he's saying that how can you be and then you say you are enjoying your relationship with God? You can't really.
Okay, is he relating marriage
No, he's just saying that if you are in such a situation where you are married but it's like you are single, it can also affect your relationship with God.
Okay,
because your spirit is broken.
Yeah. And you know, like God is so intentional. Like he knows that, you know, a man needs to understand how important it is to love their wife. Why it's so important? Because God doesn't say to the women, love your husband, because for women, that's a natural thing. We're oozing with love. We just love to show love. You know, even if you don't want it, we're going to love you, you know. But for a man, sometimes it's conditional. And God knows that he needs to get your mind out of that condition because she done this, okay, then I'll love her. Because she didn't do this, she's not deserving of my love. So he had to make you understand it by himself, to say that, you know, love the woman as Christ loved the church. Christ didn't have to love the church, but he just did. He didn't have to die for the church, but he did. So it's that sacrificial, whether the person deserves it or doesn't deserve it, he had to make men understand that that's what I need you to do. And I'm sorry to say, but a lot of men are not understanding this. They're not grasping it. And God even goes further to say that if you do this, then your prayers will not be hindered.
Yeah.
So some men are stuck. Some men are literally stuck and their prayers are not even leaving the ceiling because God is not hearing them, because the way they're treating their spouse is wrong. So there's a lot of things that men need to be able to change and to alter in their communication of love to their spouse, to their wife, so that even their own life could be going much better than it is and God can hear their prayers. So it's very, very important with that, from that relationship that he was saying that you're having with God.
Yeah. All right. So you got that. Pastor, contrary to popular belief, men ration says too. Yeah, I think we mentioned that. Yeah. I have an acquaintance who is going through that right now, whom I have invited to join this talk today.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to contribute to protect her identity, which is good.
Yeah.
She would like me to present her case. She has reached her limit and want help. Can imagine this.
Yeah.
This is just a true picture of what we are talking about.
Yeah.
You can imagine that woman now.
Yeah.
And then she said, it is wickedness indeed. And because of the way the society works, if she dares to help herself outside, society will label her a prostitute. Her man sleeps with her twice in a year if she's lucky.
Wow.
Think about that. Is that not wickedness?
Yeah.
That's wickedness. Twice. When I was saying before,
we need to
that some
understand
people,
why.
No, but it's good that people are saying this, because sometimes when a pastor is saying some things, people think maybe he's just exaggerating.
Yeah.
But it's not. These things are real. The fact that you don't hear them, and you don't see them, but in the position where I sit, we hear these things, and you hear a lot of these things because of the position that you sit in. So you think of a woman like that. Tomorrow now, God forbid, I pray that she doesn't fall. If that woman strays, it is that strain that people will say, oh, what kind of woman is that? She slept out. That is what will now be put on megaphone, announced everywhere. Nobody will remember. Nobody will know that for years, this is what she has been going through. So she's married, but living single. She'll be saying to herself, would it not have been better if she was not in this marriage and find somebody who knows that this is an obligation of a husband to a wife in marriage?
Yeah.
So it's just this person said it's wickedness, really.
It is, because you're putting people in a position that they're vulnerable. You're purposefully putting them in a vulnerable position. Listen, if somebody is hungry, they would want to eat.
Yeah.
If somebody is starving, they will bust down doors and what have you to try and find that food and eat. But if it's now in the context of intimacy, in the context of sex, you're now withholding this prized possession as if it's something that you want to keep, that you want to go to heaven with and say, oh Lord, look at my something, I kept it very nice.
Even God will be disappointed in you. God will be, because God gave you.
Exactly. Why did you not give it to this? Why are you bringing it to me?
His daughter.
Exactly.
Or to please his son. So he will be disappointed in you.
Yeah.
He will be.
Yeah.
Jacob said, a lot of churches don't do marriage counseling anymore. This is a disaster.
Wow.
Well, they better start to.
They should.
It's very,
very vital.
Crucial.
Because in marriage, you'll find that it's like you said, it's like two companies coming together, it's into a merger. But more than that, it's two unspoken ideals, ideologies, cultures, so many differences that are coming together that are now going to merge and expected to work. How can you just expect things to work? You have to be able to go through it and talk through it so that you would understand the hows, the when this happens, in case of this. You have to be able to discuss these things. So it's on that platform of marriage counseling. And in case, some people are here, they're planning to marry, please ensure that when you get to that point, you do go through marriage.
It's very important.
It's very important.
And in those marriage counseling, it should be
practical and realistic.
It should be, nothing should be off the table.
No.
In the discussion. Nothing should be. If there are things that you think are penetrated in your heart that have not been put on the table, ask them as questions so that they can be addressed. Because the truth is that when two people during their courtship period, they are more willing to compromise on things,
big time,
with each other, to agree to drop some of their things. But if you wait and you don't talk about it when you are married, when you are trying to be saying no, I'm the head of this house, no, then there's no problem.
Never done that like that before. Why are you trying to bring it?
Why are you trying to bring that in now? So that someone said some married for paper. That is another problem. When people marry for paper,
the wrong intentions.
Yeah, the wrong intentions. Then there's not an issue of how do you
it's bad, because even both on the male side and even on the female side, there's some women that marry because they know that this is not the person that they want to marry. Yeah. Somebody has come to knock on their door and say, "Oh, I'm interested in marrying you," but they know that that's not the person that they want to marry. In fact, they're even in a relationship with somebody else, but they now see it's at my advantage if I marry this person, because then I'll be able to go to whichever country and settle, and then maybe if the marriage works, fine, but if it doesn't, then I can always divorce them and bring over the right person that I wanted to marry. That's a wrong heart. If you know that that's the kind of rationale that you're even considering when you're considering the person, then just stop. Just stop. Because you're putting somebody else through torture and putting somebody else through hell because of a personal benefit or a profit that you feel that you'll be able to get from them. And on a platform of what? Of your happiness, the other person's happiness, even your home happiness, the way that your home would work. Nobody wants to say that they've had a failed marriage. So don't put your foot in something that you know that you're not really committing to with your heart. It's wrong.
It's a lot of comments. I don't think we can go through all of them because our time is gone. Sister Uwa said honey pie hasn't eaten this pie. I don't know what I said. Yeah, but it's true. I mean, you have posted this on social media.
The love of my life.
The love of my life. And
join me to celebrate my husband, my wife.
And the person has not experienced love. There's a lot of fake things people do that are not just real. Because everybody is pasting so that it doesn't feel like, oh, it was my husband's birthday and I didn't put anything out, or it was an anniversary. You just put, but you know the wickedness that you are doing. May God help us.
Amen.
All right. We have this. Say, what if you discover you are not sexually compatible with your spouse? I know a couple who are in this situation and they do not have a conjugal relationship. That's why I said this. When you speak of sexual compatibility, it depends on what people's understanding of sexual compatibility is. Sexual compatibility is actually because, we know that, and I mean, this will take us, maybe we'll do a part 2. But sexual compatibility, in the real sense of it, has to do with the appetite of both parties. So maybe one person has a high sex drive.
What do you call that? Sexual libido or something?
Maybe their libido is higher or that, and then the other person has a lower.
For them, once every 2 months is okay. But for the other person,
no.
Once a day.
It should be every day. Why should we wait for 2 months? So maybe that's the sexual compatibility. In that sense. In what we're saying is some of these things should be discussed, but even if it was not discussed before you married,
you should discuss it now.
You should know that your your sex drive is very low. So for you, we did it last month. I mean, that's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. You should make it available whenever, because your thing is not. It's like I talked about paying your mortgage, paying tax. You don't want to do it, but you will do it.
You'll do it.
So make it available, whether you want it or you don't want it. It is a contract you have signed up to. Do you understand?
So there are times, what you're saying is there's times that you have to encourage yourself to be available and to do it and to do it with joy. Because that's another thing. Some people will just be there. I've said this before, like a log, a log of wood. Take it now.
Let them not say that I did not give it to you. Just do what you want to do.
Hurry.
Have you finished? Say, it's okay.
Did you enjoy yourself? Or that's torture still.
No,
you still haven't done anything.
You should participate. You should do it, because you see, when we marry, we kill selfishness.
It's true.
Marriage,
that's what it should be.
Yes, when we marry, we kill selfishness.
It's not about you anymore.
Kill self-centeredness.
Yes,
it's not so much about what pleases me and what I want. Yeah. It's about what pleases the one that
I said I do too.
Yes.
I mean,
that's what marriage
went down
is.
the aisle.
So if you have not, that's why before you marry, there has to be a mental shift.
Exactly.
There has to be a mental shift. I met a young couple. Well, they're not married yet. Okay. An intending couple yesterday. Wow, okay. And I was saying to them that the Bible says, he that findeth a wife. Yeah. Not he that findeth a lady.
Exactly.
I said there are many ladies out there.
Too many.
Yeah, but maybe there are not many wives. Because for you to be a wife, there has to be a shift. Yes. There has to be a mental shift. The same thing applies to men. It's not just being with a man. Oh, this is my man. No, anybody can be your man. But who is a husband?
Exactly.
Is to be able to shift from just being a man to being a husband.
Exactly.
It's a responsibility. It is, unless that mental shift it's not just that, oh, I can cook this soup. I can cook it's important. I'm not downplaying it too, because maybe it's something we will still come to when you.
Yeah.
Well, we are talking
some
about
people are cooking for themselves.
Married, but living single. Some people are cooking for themselves.
Some people have their own set of cutlery.
Some people have their own set of cutlery.
Plates.
They are living single.
Don't touch my food.
Some they don't even cook.
Some people have their own fridge.
The way the bachelor or spinster was ordering Uber Eat and just eat when they were single, that is the way they are still ordering till today.
Exactly.
As a married, oh, what are we going to order in today?
Yeah.
What are we going to order in today? What is that? So they are married, but they are living single.
Yeah.
So you should understand that when you marry,
there's a lot of things that change.
You lose the right of selfishness. You lose the right of selfishness. You kill it. It is no longer about you.
Yeah,
it's about the person.
It's the merging, because you're no longer meant to be two. They're meant to be one.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's in that merging of the two becoming one. There's some things that I had to drop, and there's some things that he had to drop, so that we can actually be one.
That's it.
If not, there's too much excesses, and those excesses will try to tear us away.
Yeah.
So it's having the wisdom to know the things that you should be dropping and the things that you should be holding on to.
Yeah.
There's too many people are coming together with excesses, and is trying to tear them apart instead of bring them closer together.
Yeah. So it's very this person said, he said, Pastor Moses, you are a legend.
Exactly. I don't know what you were saying there, but many things.
No, because I think people should just learn these things. You can't just marry and you lose your right to be selfish. It's not about you.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people are married, living single. It's not right. We're going to have to wrap up. It's in many areas. Maybe we'll do a part 2.
Yeah, we'll have to do a part 2. We'll have to do a part 2.
There are
many things we didn't discuss. We didn't discuss finances. We didn't touch it. And we didn't touch so many other stuff. We didn't, even like life pursuits, careers. When children are now, they will be fighting dragging over children. No, I promised myself that my children must go to private school. Okay, then.
You promise yourself. Have we promised ourselves?
Yeah, are we in that position?
There was something that I saw.
Yeah.
I think we're going to wrap up with this. And that's why I say maybe part 2 will be really good. Yeah. Somebody say part 10. Part 10. No, there was something I saw.
Yeah.
I saw it yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't even know that it would be relevant to this.
Okay.
I read it. This lady, she married.
Okay.
She was 23 when she married. I think they married some few years ago.
Okay.
Before they married, she decided she wasn't going to take the husband's surname. She was going to keep her own name. But herself and the husband then discussed that when they have their children, the children will bear the husband's surname.
Okay.
They married, I think maybe 3 years or so. She's now pregnant, and she's not pregnant and looking for, she said, she's not thinking to herself, why should her baby that she's carrying in her womb bear the husband's surname? She went and discussed with her family. Her family have said to her that no, they shouldn't compare, the husband and the family shouldn't compel you for your baby to bear your husband's surname.
Which nationality are these people?
Wait, for your baby to bear your husband's surname, it's your choice. They are married though. So the lady now, she then comes back to the husband, and the husband said, but we agreed on this thing from the beginning. First of all, you are not bearing my surname. We agreed on this, that and you know this is a big deal to my family. She said she doesn't care. She now put a social media thing out to ask people whether is she being the I don't know if I can use the word in this, is she being the bad person? Let me just use that. Yeah, or is it the husband? So I'm just thinking, does she know what it means to be married? Why is there, and when you see the statement she used, my baby, my this, my unborn child, I said, but it takes the two.
Okay, let him call for his sperm back. Give me back my sperm. Let me go and give it to somebody else that will carry.
So it's just there are many things, honestly.
Rubbish.
Oh God, let us try and wrap up.
But there's too many. I mean, in that scenario, I think we need to even be doing scenarios, because that's what helps to bring home a lot of these issues.
Yeah.
Because in that scenario, firstly, they married. They decided in themselves, maybe at a young age, even at an old age, they married.
Yeah.
So the childishness that is in people, you need to drop it.
You drop it. If you're not ready for marriage, don't marry.
Exactly.
You must shift. You can't come into a marriage with a single mentality. There must be a shift.
For whatever reason, you both agreed that, okay, I'm not going to have even a double barren name. I'm just going to still remain with my spinster surname, even though I'm a married person, whatever, if that's what you decided.
The man wanted her to beg, but she didn't want it. It's okay. He allowed for her to keep her surname. But now she wants to nurse her children.
Her children, their children.
Yes,
it's not her children.
Exactly. She now wants their children to bear her surname. She said, if the man doesn't agree to that, the best he can do is the children will now have to combine the double barrel.
Surname. But she'll probably want her surname first, and then his or whatever. I don't even know. But it's like you said, it's the single mentality, the single-mindedness of a person that they have when they're just selfish and they're thinking about themselves. These are the normal things. Somebody, the surname of a child is usually the father's surname. Even when they're not married, it's still usually the father's surname. So now that you're even married, you don't even want it.
The family is a goat. Apologies. This apology is that true. Do they want her marriage to work or not?
Exactly. That's another thing. Because first, she knows why she went to her family, because she knows that her family will always support her.
Yeah. In fact, should she even going to discuss that thing with her family first, or she should discuss it with the husband if she's feeling?
Yeah, but she went to tell the husband, I'm telling you now that this is what I've decided. It's the whole thing that we've been discussing. This communication. You've gone to outsiders. They have them in your eyes, they're a bigger stakeholder in your own marriage than your spouse. Yeah. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong.
I think we have to stop. People, we have loads and loads of comments. We are so sorry we can't read all of them tonight. We'll probably try and see if we can
we'll have to read through them. And
and then
anyone that raises something
that we'll try and bring it up. Our time is up. We will have to do a part 2 because there's a lot to cover on this subject.
It's a big topic.
Why am I married but single? I hope you've subscribed to the YouTube channel.
Yes.
If you haven't.
Because if you haven't, how are you going to know when we're next live, when we're discussing this? When are you going to know when part 2 is happening? Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. And share today's, even when we finish, share, the broadcast to somebody. It will bless somebody. There are people that need to hear this.
Yeah.
We want to solve these problems. We're trusting God for the grace as we keep talking about them.
Yeah.
Even if it's one person that there's a shift for, we're happy. I mean, we've covered a few things today.
Yeah.
And we try to also be looking at what is the solution. What are the solutions to this thing? But examine your own self.
Yes.
Examine your own self. Don't blame it on, oh, yeah, that's my husband. Think of your own so you can make your own adjustment so that things can work for you. Yeah? God bless you. You want to invite them for tomorrow?
Yes, please do be part of tomorrow and Zion Prevail, 6 a.m. on this same place where you have logged into. So 6 a.m. GMT. We are having the Zion Prevail tomorrow.
It's tomorrow morning.
Oh my God! Yeah. Tomorrow's Sunday. I don't know. Tomorrow's
wonders that cannot be
phantomed. I was trying to find the first word. Yeah. So yeah, wonders that cannot be phantomed. That's from the book of Job. We've been praying on it, and God has been doing so many wonders. And your wonder is part of it. So be part of it so that you can also enlist yourself to have a wonder that cannot be phantomed.
Great. And please, like we said, share even when we close to others so they can watch it. Yeah. And be blessed. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time, Thursdays from now, to do another episode. We're sorry we can't do 2 hours today. Some of you are saying, just go for 2 hours today, and some people were saying, oh, I feel sad that you're having to wrap up.
Don't be sad. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks, and we will pick it up from there. I mean, get more people to join us, and we're sure that we will cover even much more at that time.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on all our social media pages. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, and of course, we're on Facebook. God bless you guys. Thank you for joining us. We hope that you have been blessed. It's always a pleasure to share these evenings with you, and we will see you again. This is when we say
bye.